ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। जय श्री हरि विष्णु भगवान। जय महालक्ष्मी माता। This is the 11th chapter of the Vaisakha Mas Mahatmya of the Vaishnav Khand of the Skand Puran. The anecdote of King Kirtiman. Mathila said, the holy rites pertaining to Vaisakha are easily accomplishable. They bring about abundance of merits. They directly cause delight to Vishnu and are the means of realizing the great aims of life. Why are they not well known in the world in spite of their being eternal and laid down in the Shrutis? Though many dharmas of Rajasa and Tamas nature are very well known, they, that is the latter, are very difficult to perform and they involve a lot of effort. They require great expenditure. Some people praise the month of Magh, others praise the 4 months of rainy season. They extol in various ways the dharmas of Vyatipad, etc. I am desirous of hearing about the distinction of these cases. Explain it in detail to me. Shrutudev said, Listen, O king, I shall recount why these are not popular. I shall explain how the other rites are well known in the world. There are many people in the world of Rajas and Tamas types nature. They are lustful. They wish for worldly pleasures, sons, grandsons, riches, etc. Somewhere and somehow you may find with great difficulty some people who may endeavor for heaven. Hence they perform good holy rites such as yajna, etc. with great effort. No man seeks and strives for salvation, moksha. People with petty hopes and desires go in for desired benefits and engage themselves in great many holy rites. Therefore, the dharmas of Rajas and Tamas types have become popular and well known, and not these dharmas of Sattvic nature, though they are pleasing to Hari. These dharmas of Nishkam, desireless type are certainly the bestowers of worldly pleasures and heavenly benefits too. But the foolish people deluded by the Maya of the Lord do not know that. When one attains lordship, one's desires are entirely realized. If one comes to temptations, one is deprived of the lordship. I shall tell the reason for keeping this a secret in the world scrupulously in regard to the dharmas pertaining to Vaishakha. They are of Sattvic type and are intended for men of Sattvic type here. Formerly, there was an emperor in Kashi well known as Kirtiman. He was an ornament unto the family of Ikshvaku. He was an illustrious son of Nrag. He had conquered anger as well as the sense organs. He was a patron of Brahmanas. He was the most excellent one among all kings. Once he was engaged in hunting and he came to the hermitage of Vashisht. The month was Vaishakha, fierce on account of the oppressive heat of the sun. While proceeding ahead, he saw on the way the disciples of that noble-souled sage constantly engaged in various activities. In some places, they were setting up prapas, free water stalls, and shady pavilions. Some were engaged in repairing tanks by stopping the breaches in the embankments. In other places, they were engaged in fanning some persons comfortably seated at the foot of trees. Some were seen offering sugarcane stumps in some places, sweet scents in some other places, and fruits in still other places. At midday, they made the gifts of umbrellas and of panak, sweet drinks in the evening. In some places, they offered betel leaves and in some camphor ointments for the eyes. Some were seen spreading smooth sands in shady places in the forest and in the well-swept courtyards. O king, some were seen tying up swings suspended from branches of trees. When he asked them, Who are you? They replied, We are Vashishtas, that is, disciples of Vashisht. What is this? What are you doing? He asked. They told the excellent king, These are the holy rites laid down for the month of Vaishakha. They are the means of attaining the aims of life. These rites are being performed by us scrupulously at the bidding of Vashisht. The king then asked, What is the benefit that men attain by performing these? Who is pleased thereby? Say this in detail in the manner you have heard. On being asked thus by the king, they replied to him, We are carrying out the orders of our preceptor. We perform the various holy rites on the path. Hence, we have no time to spare. You would better ask our preceptor in a befitting manner. The sage of great renown understands these dharmas thoroughly and correctly. On being replied thus by the disciples of Vashisht, the king quickly proceeded to the meritorious hermitage of Vashisht, well known for the imparting knowledge of various sciences and yoga. On seeing the king coming, Vashisht became pleased in his mind. He duly entertained the noble South king along with his retinue. After receiving the hospitality and having seated himself comfortably, the delighted king asked that preceptor, The king said, "On the way, a great, wonderfully auspicious thing was observed by me. It was the splendid work performed by your disciples. I asked them about the auspicious rites which were being performed by them. Nothing was explained by them. They said, 'We do not have sufficient leisure to explain these holy rites adequately. We have to carry out the work as directed by our preceptor. You would better ask our preceptor.' When this was said by them, I have approached to you. Since I am engaged in hunting, I have become tired. Desirous of some hospitality, I halted here. There, this meritorious work performed by your disciples was seen by me on the way. O eminent sage, I have a great desire to know more of these holy rites. You are the first sage, and inasmuch as you perform all the holy rites from the beginning, O eminent sage, explain them in detail to me. I am desirous of hearing about them. I am your humble disciple, and I have faith in these rites." On being asked thus by the king belonging to the dynasty of Ikshvaku, the sage of great reputation was very much pleased in his mind to note that he had been properly asked by him then. He said, "O king, your intellect is well employed and well trained. Since your mind is enthusiastically interested in the talk about Vishnu and the performance of holy rites pertaining to him, your merit has come to fruition." After remarking thus with great delight, he spoke to the king thus: "Listen, O king, I shall speak what I have been asked by you now. By listening to that, one is liberated from all sins. Granting that a person abandons all other holy rites and is completely engrossed in sensual pleasures, if he is engaged in the holy bath during the month of Vaisakha, he becomes a favorite of Vishnu. Even if a person performs all other holy rites along with their ancillaries, but Vaisakha is not duly honored by means of holy bath, charitable gifts, worships, and other meritorious deeds, Hari is far away from him. If Vaishakh is passed without taking the holy bath and making charitable gifts, he becomes a Chandal through this omission. There is no doubt about this. If Hari is propitiated by means of the great holy rites laid down for the month of Vaishakh, he becomes satisfied and grants whatever is desired. The Lord of the universe, the consort of Lakshmi, is the destroyer of the entire mass of sins. He is pleased with the subtlest of holy rites and not with gross physical efforts or expenses in terms of money. If he is devotedly worshipped, Vishnu grants whatever is desired. Hence, O king, devotion to Vishnu should always be practiced, even if he is adored with water. Hari, the Lord of the universe, dispels all pain and strain. He becomes satisfied like a thirsty man with water. Even a great karma may yield only a small benefit. Even a small karma may yield a great benefit. The greatness or smallness of the karma is not the cause of the greatness or smallness of the benefit accrued, but the nature of the karma is the cause. The way of karma is inscrutable. These holy rites prescribed for the month of Vaishakh can be performed with very little effort. They are auspicious and pleasing to Vishnu. They prevent increase in expenses. Hence, O king, you too perform the holy rites laid down for the month of Vaishakh. Make all the people in your kingdom perform these auspicious rites. The base one who does not perform the holy rites laid down for Vaishakh should be rebuked in various ways, O king. If he does not perform even then, he should be punished by you. Thus, the sage clearly explained to him the necessity of performing these holy rites by expounding the scriptural texts. Afterwards, he described to him the nature, procedure, etc. of the Vaishakh holy rites completely. After hearing everything about all the rites, he devotedly revered the preceptor. The king thereafter returned to his abode and performed all the rites. O king, he was a great devotee of Keshav, the unsullied lord of Devas. The king did not see, that is, worship anyone other than Vishnu, Padmanabh, the lord of Devas. A great bheri drum was placed on an elephant, and this was proclaimed throughout his kingdom through soldiers. If anyone over the age of 88 years and under 80 does not take early morning bath when the sun is in Aries, all those people will be liable to be punished by me. They may be executed or banished from the kingdom surely, even if it is my father or son or wife or an intimate friend. If he shuns the performance of the holy rites in Vaishakh, he should be bound over by me like a robber. After taking the holy bath in the splendid water, gifts should be made over to eminent Brahmanas. O sinless ones, perform other holy rites too, such as establishing prapas, etc., in accordance with your capacity. He appointed a Brahman expounder of holy rites in every village. He appointed a special officer for every 5 villages. That officer was entrusted with the duty of punishing those who had forsaken their dharmas. He had at his disposal 10 horses, that is, 10 soldiers from the cavalry. The tree of dharma and pious activity, thus planted everywhere at the bidding of the emperor, flourished in every land profusely. All those men who died in the realm of that king went to Hari's abode. O excellent king! O excellent king! Even those who go to Hari's abode, temple, accidentally, go to Hari's abode, vacant after death. Certainly, the world of Vishnu is attained by men quickly. One who takes a bath but once in the morning under some pretext when the sun is in Aries shall be rid of all sins and go to the great reign of Vishnu. By taking the holy bath in the Vaisakha, even once one does not go to the world of Yam. O king, at that time the son of the sun god, that is Yam, had nothing to record. Then Chitragupt got complete rest from his writing and accounting of karmas, etc. The previous records about the sins of people were erased quickly in a moment by the people who went to the world of Vishnu for their own good karmas. All the naraks, hells, became empty as they were devoid of sinful creatures. By the power of Vaishakh, the path to hell became devoid of all traffic. All people became free from impurities and of brilliant form and went to the region of Hari. All the abodes of the heaven dwellers became empty similarly. When the heaven became empty, when all the naraks too became void, Narad went to Dharmaraj and spoke thus: O king, no usual lamentation is heard in Narak. Nothing is being written about the evil doers. Chitragupt is observing a vow of silence like a sage. Tell me the reason, O king, why men of evil actions, great impostors and tricksters, do not come to your abode. When these words were spoken by the noble souled Narad, the king, the son of Vivaswan, that is Yam, said thus somewhat helplessly: O Narad, the king who is ruling the earth now is a great devotee of Rishikesh, the ancient excellent Purush. He enlightens the people in the holy rites of Vaishakh by means of Bheri sound. He who is over 8 years and under 80 and who does not perform holy rites of Vaishakh will be undoubtedly punished by me. Because they are so afraid, therefore all the people never transgress. By means of that karma, O Narad, they go to the abode of Vishnu. People will go to the abode of Hari by resorting to holy rites of Vaishakh. The path to my place has been destroyed by that king now, O excellent sage. All the naraks have been evacuated, so also the worlds of heaven dwellers. The accountant Chitragupt has taken rest. What has been already written has now been erased by people. The greatness of the holy rites of the month of Vaishakh is of such efficacy, O sage. O Brahman, people have been rid of the sins like that of slaughter of Brahmanas. By performing their duties in the month of Vaishakh, they go to the great reign of Vishnu. I have now become a mere log of wood, unable to punish or bless people. I shall fight with him and kill him, though he is very mighty in every respect. The servant who does not carry out the tasks of his master, who remains inactive but who yet receives his wages, certainly goes to Narak. If he is indestructible by a deva, I will go to Brahma, intimate to him everything, and afterwards will be free from worry. After saying this, he took leave of the Brahman. Kal lifted up his terrible staff, rode on his buffalo, and went to the earth along with his followers. He was surrounded by his excessively fierce attendants like Mrityu, Rog, Jara, etc., and the messengers numbering 50 crores. He immediately besieged the entire capital of that saintly king. He then blew his exceedingly fierce conch that instilled fear in all the worlds. On hearing it, that saintly king knew it was Yam, the son of Vivaswan. He got ready with all preparations and angrily set out from the city. The fight between those two was terrifying and caused hair stand on end. Within a trice, that saintly king subdued Mrityu, Kal, Rog, Yam, and Dutapati. He routed them in a great anger. Thereupon the infuriated king Yam himself approached him and fought with him with many arrows. He rode like a lion. With 3 arrows the king cut off his bow. Taking up his sword and shield, Yam came down to kill him. On seeing him, the king became furious. He cut off the sword and the shield and planted in his forehead an arrow that had the luster of a black serpent. On being struck by it, Yam became furious and took up his staff. He charged it with the mantra of a Brahma missile and discharged it towards him, the king. The onlookers shrieked, alas! At that time, for the sake of the protection of his own devotee, Vishnu hurled his discus. The discus hurled by Vishnu came to the battleground, quickly clashed with the staff of Yam, and checked that Brahma missile. The devotee of the Lord, that is the king, became frightened and immediately eulogized the discus. O thousand spoked discus, the ornament of the hands of Vishnu, obeisance to you. Formerly you were held by Hari for the sake of protecting all the worlds. I beg of you today to protect Yam, the highly powerful devotee of Vishnu. You alone are the deity of death unto men who are inimical to devas, no one else. Hence, O Lord of the universe, be merciful. Protect this protect this Yam. The discus that was eulogized by the king thus left Yam and came near the king. O great king, even as the Devas stood watching in the firmament. Then Yam, who was exceedingly dejected, went to the abode of God Brahma. There he saw the grandfather of all the worlds seated, surrounded by embodied and unembodied beings. He is the support of Dhruv, the seed, creator of the universe. He was attended upon by all the Devas, the guardians of the worlds, and the lords of the quarters, Itihasas, Puranas, and other sacred texts, assuming the bodies of Devas, oceans, rivers, and lakes in embodied forms. All the trees, such as Ashwath, etc., having physical bodies, tanks, wells, and lakes, as well as mountains with physical forms, the units of time, such as days, nights, fortnights, months, years, kalas, kasthas, nimesas, seasons, ayanas, transits of the suns, and yugas. He was surrounded by samkalpas, resolve, vikalpas, doubts, winkings, and openings of the eyes, stars, yogas, karanas, astrological positions, full moons, declinings and wanings of the moon, happiness, misery, fears, profits, losses, victories, defeats, sativ, rajas, and tamas, sant, calm, mudha, deluded, Ati Prodha, mature. The effects of Prakriti, Vayu, wind god, the lord of Devas, Phalgam, bile, and others. In the middle of all these, Yam entered like a bashful bride. He was glancing at the floor and he exhibited a pale face. On seeing Yam entering and standing nearby along with his followers, all those beings became surprised. They said to one another, why has Yam come here? Why has he come here to see Lord Brahma, the creator of the worlds? This son of Ravi never remains inactive even for a moment. Why has he come? Are the heaven dwellers hale and happy? This is the greatest wonder that his scroll is without any writing. The writer also has come with him. He is also exceedingly dejected. His scroll is never kept without any writing, clean, because he is afraid of dharma. What has never been seen or heard is present now. Even as those beings were commenting thus, Yam, the chastiser of living beings, the son of sun god, fell on the ground in front of Brahma like a tree uprooted. He cried, save me, save me. O Lord of Devas, I have been humiliated. My scroll has been rendered clean without writing. O lotus seated one, when you are the Lord, I have never seen hitherto any defeat or failure. After saying this, O excellent king, he became motionless. Thereupon a tumultuous sound arose in the assembly. Yam, the son of Vivaswan, who makes all mortals, mobile and immobile beings sad, is himself miserable now and he cries. Why does he cry? He who distresses people shall ere long meet with mishaps and calamities. A man who commits evil deeds does not gain auspiciousness. Then wind god prevented them from talking. Brahma took note of the opinion of all those beings present there. Warding off the other people, wind god lifted up Yam slowly with his brawny arms as stout as sal trees. The liberal minded wind god made him occupy his seat as he was utterly agitated and thoroughly helpless. Then wind god asked Yam as he sat on his seat, by whom have you been attacked? By whom have you been prevented from your office? O Lord, by whom was this scroll wiped off? Tell me everything. What for have you come? O dear one, he who is the Lord of all is your maker and my maker too. Whence is this misery in your heart? On being asked thus by wind god, Yam told him the truth and said these words. On seeing the face of the son of Kushketu, His words were choked. He was greatly agitated. This was the 11th chapter of the Vaisakha Mahatmya of the Vaishnav Khand of the Skand Puran. All those who are listening, please say with me, Jai Sri Hari Vishnu Bhagwan, Jai Mahalakshmi Mata. Friends, please like and share this video. Also do subscribe the channel. Thanks. Hare Krishna.